Hello and welcome to the BA Knowledge Share. In this episode, we go over strategic analysis. So without further ado, let's get started. So when we talk about strategic analysis, it basically defines strategy defines the most effective way to apply the capabilities of an enterprise in order to reach a desired set of goals and objectives. Strategies may exist for the entire enterprise, for division, department or region, and for product, project, or iteration. The strategy analysis knowledge area describes the business analysis work that must be performed to collaborate with stakeholders in order to identify a need of strategic or tactical importance, enable the enterprise to address the need and align the resulting strategy for the change with the higher and lower level strategies. Strategy analysis focuses on defining the future and transition states needed to address the business need, and the work required to define both by that need and scope of the solution space. It covers strategic thinking in business analysis, as well as the discovery or imagining of possible solutions. So as an example, your enterprise may get a regulatory change, and one of the regulatory changes could be something to the effect of an increase in the amount of loan that a customer can request. So you know that's coming from, say, for instance, like the government, and what you are responsible for as a business analyst is to understand what the current state is for what you're doing in your enterprise, and try to identify, well, how do you bridge that gap between where you are currently to meeting that regulation requirement. So that's kind of a good example of strategy analysis that a business analyst would perform. That being said, this kind of gives you a diagram of where strategy analysis places in terms of potential need and meeting that actual need. There are various tasks as part of the strategy analysis, and one of it is you're analyzing current state. You're going to define the future state. The third is basically you're going to work through any sort of risks. And then the fourth is basically applying change strategy techniques. The way to kind of understand those four tasks is through the mnemonic Carla fetches Rita cold ice. The C in Carla stands for analyze current state, which is current state. Fetches, the F stands for future state. The R in Rita stands for risks. And the C in cold stands for change strategy. Ice is, there's nothing there for ice. So Carla fetches Rita cold ice is analyze current state, define future state, assess risks, and define change strategy. So how does strategic analysis apply to the business analysis core concept model? Let's look into that. So from a stakeholder perspective, you would collaborate with stakeholders to understand the business need and to develop a change strategy and future state that will meet those needs. From a value standpoint, you would examine the potential value of solution to determine if a change is justified. So in the example of the whole regulation coming in to increase the amount of loan a customer can request, you as a business analyst would examine that potential value of the solution to determine if that change is justified. In this case, it would be justified because it is a government regulation. Context. Consider the context of the enterprise in developing a change strategy. Change. Define the future state and develop a change strategy to achieve the future state. Need. Identify needs within the current state and prioritize needs to determine the desired future state. And solution. Define the scope of the solution as part of developing a change strategy. Some of the inputs and outputs in this category are, so for analyze current state, you would have elicitation results as your inputs, your needs as an input as well. Your output for analyzed current state is the current state description and the business requirements. For defined future state, your input is your business requirements, and your output is business objectives, future state description, and the potential value. For assessing risks, your inputs are business objectives, elicitation results confirmed, influences, and this is external, meaning factors inside of the enterprise, internal, and factors outside of the enterprise, external, which will impact the realization of the desired future state. Potential value, describing the value to be realized by implementing the proposed future state, provides a benchmark against which risks can be assessed, and requirements, which are prioritized. Depending on the priority, requirements will influence the risks to be defined and understood as part of the solution realization. The output is risk analysis results. For defined change strategy, your inputs are current state description, future state description, risk analysis results, stakeholder engagement approach. Understanding stakeholders' communication and collaboration needs can help identify change related activities that need to be included as part of the change strategy. Change strategy is your output, and your solution scope is your output as well. So in our next episode, we'll cover the analyze current state task. So at this point, until next time, please do consider visiting our website at baknowledgeshare.com. If you do find value in these videos, please do consider subscribing to this channel. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks.